Tadia, how
Okay.
you doing? We want to thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to help you with your selling your home. So, one of the things I would like to ask is like, where you're located right now?
Hi Vic, hi Carla. Well, to me, I feel me and my husband feel very lucky and blessed, to have you as our realtor. So, thank you so much. Um, we live in Jakarta, Indonesia, like the other side of the globe from where you are.
Oh, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Well, tell us how did you come in contact with the Purdy team?
Yeah, so funny story. Like 10 years ago, I was actually work at the same company with Carla. We were co-workers. And I know Carla is a very smart accountant with integrity and and very friendly, easy to work with. So definitely, I now live in Jakarta, Indonesia, but my home is still in Richmond, Virginia. And I know Carla is now working with you, her husband, as realtors. So, of course, in a heartbeat, I don't think twice to contact Carla and get help on selling my property.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, that's
Mhm.
awesome. Well, hey, talk to us a little bit about how,
Mm.
basically, how the process went as far as with selling your home, working with the Purdy team. You know,
You know, I don't know much because I don't do much. Victor and Carla did everything from A to Z. And to tell you the truth, we're not even there, right? We live here, and then when the selling process happened, um, they basically did everything for us. Where while we're not even in town, we're not in Richmond, and we were on vacations. So to me, it feels painless, worry-free, quick and clean. Uh, I basically contacted Carla in November, telling her that I have this property to sell. And she said, well, there is this Thanksgiving and Christmas. So she wasn't sure if she's going to get it close before the end of the year, but she's going to try. And, she, I mean, I've gone down this road before. This is not their first rodeo. So, so we signed the contract, and then they help us figure out the best way to present our home to the buyers and at what price we need to go in. Because to tell you the truth, I really don't know what the market price right now is, especially during this economic downturn. I I I don't know much, and to tell you the truth, my expectation was very, very low in terms of price and SLA. But turns out they're just really great realtors and avid negotiators. Their offer coming in, if it weren't for them, I would probably have settled for a lower price. But they keep advising us on what to do and on what they're gonna what they're gonna negotiate back to the buyer, and we trusted them all the way. And that's what I value a lot about them. Their candid opinion, and then their suggestion that are based on data and based on what they have learned from us, what we need. So we really take their input seriously and rely on them heavily. Um, so yeah, during the process, there's like make ready, staging of the house, which they did at no charge in the front for us. Basically, they just let us do, let us take care of everything. You just sit back and relax, and then when everything is closed, then we'll deal with that. The pipe burst because that was during the winter season. The pipe burst like 1 day or 2 days before the inspection. So, but Carla just called and assured me that nothing to worry about. They had it under control. And true enough, I didn't have to worry and I didn't have to do anything. All I know is when I get home, Carla said, "When can you sign?" And the closing date would be before the end of the year. So I contacted her. I contacted her back in November, but they close before December ends. So that's how crazy they work. They so that just goes to show that they're both are professional realtors and they really have our interest in mind. I would rate you guys higher than the 5-star or whatever star that they have if I could.
Oh, wow. God, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, that's awesome. But I tell you, one of the things we do value, we're honored and we just are taken aback that you allowed us to, help you in this process. It was a great honor for us. So basically, off your experience working with the Purdy team, would you recommend Purdy team to anyone else?
Definitely. Yeah. If I have a billboard, I'll put you there for free. For 30 days.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. This is if you want a painless, worry-free, honest realtor, then the Purdy team is the way to go.
I would add in there too, TT. I'm sorry, and her name's Tadia, but she's been TT for me for a very long time. But I would add in there too that in this market, I know there was a lot of, you had a lot of concern. And I did tell you, hey, TT, this is not our first rodeo. Trust me, we got you. But, in that too, you listened. And so that makes a difference when the client, our customer actually listens and take our guidance. And, a lot of times we find ourselves, and as realtors, we find ourselves in situations where, the customer doesn't want to listen. They look at last year's market versus this year's market. And, it's a completely different market. And so even though the market is off, a little off and the interest rates are higher, people are still buying. But we as realtors have to be able to, price the property right. The ultimate decision is always the customer's, as far as the amount that they list their house for. But the difference is, and we were able to get your house sold and so quickly because you listened and you followed our guidance. And so we appreciate you for that because you helped us in making this transaction smooth.
Yes, you did.
Thanks, Indy. Yeah. But I gotta tell you too, because I listen because everything makes sense, and you back it up with data. You sent me all the market comps, and then you sent me options basically, and you present me with the what ifs, So that definitely helps because to be honest, we're not the easiest client either. If we work with incapable people, then you'll see our horn starting to come up. So I guess it takes two to tango.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks again for everything, Claudia. And I tell you, if you ever need something else, you want to buy or you want to sell, all you can do is ring our bell.
Definitely.